Rock will kick a goal. Well,
Wright has got the job on Sean Smith. Russell, who loves this scenario, to run and bounce and create some space. McEwen the target. Wren fairly under the ball, gets a good bounce. He can kick a goal, Big Ronnie. No, the handball's good. Watson will kick it. Straightens up, drop punt, goal. Brayshaw swings it, looks for Longmire. Morwood. Now Larkin. Clever. Schwass. Well, he can kick this. One bounce, steady, drop punt, goes for it. Drills it.
Vicky Gafer from a standing position, kicks it to centre half forward. Punch away, Morwood, the crumbs. Francis goes for goal, and what a magnificent kick by Francis.
Williams and Francis, the two racehorses, may combine here. Williams goes to ground, throws it away in the end. Lehman, very good to Russell. A bounce. Go for the goal, Scotty. Drop punt, kicks it, and drills it through. Wonderful football.
Wonderful football early at Victoria Park today. Collingwood 4-3, leading North Melbourne 3-5 at quarter time. We pick up play in the second term now. 13 minutes remaining. Collingwood leading by 5 points.
Both Manson and McEwen playing up forward now. Watson's come down the ground. Martin to Buckley. So Collingwood with not so many options at the moment with their injuries. Half forward. Handball away. Taken by McRae. McRae's kick to McCarthy. Gafer with him. Well played, McCarthy. Drop punt from 40 metres out. Good kick, goal. North in front. 4-7, 4-6.
It's taken a long time, hasn't it, Tim, for a goal to be scored in the second quarter. That's the first goal since quarter time. Collingwood were 4 to North Melbourne's 3.
Yeah, it's been a dreadful quarter of football so far, and hopefully that bit of play then will give John McCarthy a bit of confidence. He's a player who is capable of the miraculous, but this year, and he was dropped at one stage, hasn't been able to live up to his full potential.
North Melbourne lead by a point. They go into attack again. The ball is at centre half forward. Gafer falls over. Kicked by Dacos back towards the centre. Monkhurst drops it. Tries to tap it on for Brown. Does it pretty well. Handball away, Krasiska. Russell is always in the mounting of these forward moves. He's going to get another one, Scott Russell. Centre half forward. He kicks and misses. Gee, he usually swallows those. 1-2 to Scott Russell.
And I'm always critical then of players that don't run at the man who's got the ball coming down the ground. You must force the bloke with the ball running, bouncing the ball to make a decision. And Scott Russell then, all the decision he had to do then was exactly when he would kick the ball. The other North Melbourne guys were peeling off to pick up their men.
Fairly for North Melbourne. Kicks to the far side and kicks it well. Out towards half-back. Good mark taken by Scholl. Fortunate to get through the tribunal on Tuesday night or Monday night. The ball in the centre. Brown. Shaw's kick smothered. McCarthy's tackle. In goes Sturitsky. Free kick being picked out of it. It'll go to Francis, who wasn't too kindly dealt with the first couple of umpiring decisions. Went against Tony Francis, but since then he's been pretty lucky. He's had a couple of free kicks awarded to him.
Half forward Manson running into a space. Francis kicking it there. Plays on quickly to Russell, who's on his non-preferred side. Goes short, McEwen. Doesn't make it. Fairly. North can rebound again. Collingwood playing very short up forward today. Now Schwass from half-back. That whole balance has been rearranged for Collingwood with the injuries, and Manson in the forward line with McEwen and Watson. Now Spargo. Going to ground was Krasiska. Here's Williams just around the body, gaining about 10 metres.
And Christian's done a wonderful job so far on the dangerous Carey. Carey's hardly been sighted so far today. It's the free kicks at the moment, evening up in the second quarter. They're very one-sided in the first quarter.
Boundary throw in. Chance there for Buckley. Just gets his left foot to the ball. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Gafer and McCarthy. Opportunity for Rock. Gets the football and kicks it across his body. Oh, Johnny Longmire got his hands to it. Couldn't quite hang on to it. McGuan goes away to right. And Collingwood may take this to length of the ground. Wright loves to bounce the footy. 4 now. Centre wing. Still may be forced to bounce. No, he kicks it towards centre half forward. Manson gets rid of McRae. And Manson takes the mark on the 50-metre line. Kick is beat smothered. Away go North Melbourne. Sean Smith kicks it towards centre wing. It sits beautifully for Schwass. One bounce. Two bounces. Waiting for players upfield to make position. Kick into the pocket. Mark to Smith. That's got to be 50 metres. Oh, gee whiz, Gary Pert, you're lucky, because Sean Smith had the mark all the way down the line, and he's crashed to the ground as he takes it, and no 50 metres forthcoming. Smith will kick from 40. Scores level. We're about halfway through the second term, and Sean Smith, who played such a good game in Sydney last Friday night against the Swans, has a chance to put North Melbourne in front. The wind is blowing from left to right. Oh, he does it very, very well. It's a goal. Well kicked, Smith.
In front with the only goals of this second quarter. Russell off the ground, straight to Crocker to Larkin. North have just got some momentum here. Another goal here would be very handy. Stevens, Longmire, Pert with him. Pert's just been touching him and handling him all the way through. Over the top to right, should use Shaw, decides not to, goes longer. Brown, Larkin, oh good mark, Brown, well played. Larkin should have stopped him and extracts and couldn't. Brown goes to half forward, or centre wing, Manson in the front spot. Got a big pair of hands, Schwass might have hurt himself behind play. Now Manson undecided, made a real mess of the last time he went into attack. Centre half forward, Dacos edged out of it too easily by Buckley.
He's a good player, Ben Buckley. Underrated, I think.
Broke his arm twice last year and hardly played. Now Spargo. It's coming
50 metres, Bruce.
Against Dacos, so Buckley to take it from the centre square.
Wonder whether that's an advantage or a disadvantage, because Spargo had Akers out there on that far wing.
North on top at the moment, only a goal in front of the scoreboard, but you get a feeling they're playing better. Pert just got rid of Longmire again. Starcevic, right, who's rebounded from half-back a number of times in this term. Good kick to Brown again. Centre wing, just half-back. Now up to Manson. Ashenko goes with him. James after him. Williams crashes through. Should have got the handball a little quicker. Now Russell. Well, Francis to Monkhorst, good kick. Excellent kick. Oh, plays on to Dacos. Sits, waits, and kicks a goal, as only Peter can. 5-7, 5-7. And Tim, what about the Dacos look? Saw what was happening and bang onto the boot.
Yes, there's no cleverer player than Peter Dacos. And it's amazing, all the constructive bits of play have happened when the play has opened up and the ball has gone down the middle of the ground. Then once again, Paul Williams getting the ball clear. Not a tidy handball, but along the ground, and Francis opening up the play.
Williams gets the football on centre wing. Good little kick too. McEwen marks 50 metres from goal. Collingwood have got a bit of a sniff here. Close to half-time. McEwen's long kick. It's going to go close. Oh, Monkhorst nearly took the mark, and it's hurried over for a rush behind to Collingwood. So North Melbourne a little fortunate. Matthew Larkin limping towards the players' interchange area. So both sides in trouble with injuries. The kick in has been marked by Rock. Handball over the top, Martin. Little slow, but oh, he's going to get caught. No, now he gets it away. Stevens near the centre. Short kick too far for Storitsky. And look how the poor kick will rebound now for Collingwood. Russell 50 metres. Inside, second bounce, steadies and shoots for goal and puts it through. Second goal for Scott Russell, and Collingwood lead by 7 points.
And all because of a poor kick from the North Melbourne player coming down the ground. The ball's rebounded, the players are offside, and once again, not one North Melbourne defender running at Scott Russell and forcing him to make a decision. They all played off him, electing to stay back on their men.
Collingwood by 7 points at Victoria Park. Russell with 13 possessions and 2 goals. Manson goes with Ashenko. Brown off the ground. Krasiska free kick. Brown been injured this season. Came back against Hawthorn. Slow start, but he's played very well today. This is his 14th possession before half-time. Drop punt. Morwood his target. At the back was Brayshaw. Rock. Dennis now in defence. Brayshaw should be taken by Krasiska. Got Russell short if he wants him. Brown. Bang. Monkhorst. Still Monkhorst. Fairley with him. Well played Ian Fairley. Left foot round the body. Looking for Spargo. Staritsky rips it off him. Martin. Oh, well played Francis. Again Martin slow. Francis to Shaw. Shaw looks for an option. Starcevic provides it. Short to McGuan. Collingwood are building. McGuan too far out, goes short, a little one. Dacos running onto it. Unable to get there. Dennis. Still Dennis. Well played Manson to stop him in his tracks. And then a high one by Buckley into the centre square. Krasiska and McRae and now Spargo.
North Melbourne need to get a goal from this forward move. It's up inside 50 metres. Back goes Christian to help out. Little kick goes nowhere in particular. Still got the football underneath. Carey, he'll have a shot for goal. Wayne Carey, and it's a pretty ordinary one in the finish. It's out of bounds on the full. And maybe there was a hand pass target that he could have given it off to Tony Shaw to kick it back in. Tony Shaw in the left back pocket. Goes short. Little kick over the top. Pert. Handball further afield. Gafer. He's got Francis running beautifully across half back. Now gets it out near the wing. Kicks it towards half forward. That was a poor effort. Gave Manson no chance whatsoever. And it's out of bounds on the left half forward flank position for Collingwood.
And Wayne Shibuwich might have to rearrange his forward line. Both his key forwards, John Longmire and Wayne Carey, both been soundly beaten in this first half.
Boundary throw in. Ischenko at the back. Eventually does it pretty well. Manson in front. Ball runs towards Russell, close to the boundary line. And he goes over. So another boundary throw in will take place.
Carey's and Longmire between them, Tim, just 3 points. So not a goal between the two key forwards to half-time, yet they're very much in touch. Buckley, high one. Krasiska and Christian. Christian using Krasiska in the end to take the mark. And he has done the job on Carey very well. Now Dacos. McGuan. Half forward, McEwen and Morwood. Well played, Dennis. Brayshaw. Spargo had to sit and wait a moment. Drop punt for Smith. Watson's got to try and get back on him. Smith inside to Martin. It's been a bit slow on a couple of occasions, Martin. That time to centre half forward. Krasiska should take it. It was a poor kick, wasn't it? And now Shaw just props it to Russell. Swings it to Pert. And the Collingwood fans say, have a shot, Gary. Well, he can from here. Drop punt, goes for it, and I reckon kicks it and does. 7-8-5-7. And the fullback kicks a goal.
And Douglas fans love to see that. The fullback backing up, coming down the field, taking a handball about the centre line. And Gary Pert, who's been renowned for his long kicking, letting go with that one from outside the 50-metre line. And it sailed through for a beautiful goal.
Yeah, he looks a bigger and stronger guy in a Collingwood jumper, Gary Pert. 7-8-5-7. North Melbourne now in a bit of trouble. Dacos has the football. North break clear of the centre. Staritsky gets it to Schwass. Schwass's kick off the side of his boot a little bit, and Christian gets back and judges the mark nicely at half back. Away to Brown. They're running magnificently. McGuan from the back pocket. Kick in towards the forward pocket. A little too far for McEwen. He gathers the awkward ball nicely. Sweeping hand pass. McGuan still at half forward. Little handball. Morwood could kick another one. And just misses to the left. As a matter of fact, it hits the behind post. So a boundary throw-in will take place in the left forward pocket for Collingwood. McGuan has had 15 touches out of the back pocket. Morwood tackled. Going nowhere. Umpire forced to ball it up right on the edge of the square. So Collingwood a chance, deep into attack. 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. High was Manson. Monkhorst kicks the goal.
Up the ground even further, so I don't know whether he's going to take a rucking type role around the ground.
I think it's critical that North Melbourne get the first goal. Their first term wasn't too bad, but they didn't get their rewards. McCarthy's kicking towards full forward. Handballed back out of play. Tony Shaw, Dacos. Wonderful combination. Dacos, long kick towards centre half forward. No mark taken. May rebound. Still there for North Melbourne. And a little too high on Craig Scholl was Craig Starcevich's tackle. So Scholl will take the free kick for North Melbourne at centre half back. The kick slews off the side of his boot in towards the centre. Mark drop that should have been taken by Buckley. He's able to back out of trouble and then kick it towards centre half forward, and Monkhorst takes a pretty easy mark on his chest. Transfers play to the outer side. Brown drops what he should have really grasped and swallowed. Away to McGuan. McGuan's kick is too high for Russell, and it's out of bounds in that right half forward flank region.
Have we seen a lot of skill errors today?
Boundary throw in, about 2 kicks from Collingwood's goal. They lead 8-10 to 5-7. Manson into the back of Fairley, comes to Schwass. A kick is not too bad across his body, gets about 40 metres up towards the half-forward flank position. McGuan gathers it, has a real good look, Mick McGuan, and then kicks with the left towards centre half forward. No mark taken, punched away to the advantage of Starcevich. Can't quite control the football. Brown gets in his way. In comes Manson, gives away ground. Tony Shaw, good spotting. Russell between the centre and centre half forward position marks quite safely. Kick in towards full forward. McEwen, great hands. Good mark by Ronnie McEwen.
Robbo, and Paul Williams hasn't come back out onto the ground the second half, and he must be quite injured because Shane Kerrison, who's out there on one leg, has been instructed to stay in the pocket right near the boundary line, and Collingwood electing to put Kerrison back on the ground rather than risking Williams in the second half.
And McEwen would be about 30 metres out on a slight angle. Great chance for Collingwood's 9th goal. Good kick by McEwen, it's a goal. So McEwen kicks his first goal. He's kicked 1 goal 3, and Collingwood predictably open the second half with their 9th goal. They lead 64 to 37.
Listen, Ron McEwen, a bit of a spare parts man really at Collingwood, plays a lot of his football in the back line, and the last few weeks has been forced to play up in the forward line. Collingwood have reconstructed their forward line a little. Watson's out on a flank. They've got McEwen at full forward, Starcevic in a pocket, and Kerrison, the injured player, back on the ground and out of the pocket.
64 to 37, Collingwood with a big lead, and a free kick to Shaw. Interesting, Tim, that Rock is the player that's standing on Kerrison, out of the play, and he's one of North Melbourne's playmakers you'd expect is Shaw. Manson in the front spot. Morwood held up by Brayshaw. Russell, one of the real stars of the first half. Carey caught. Here's Watson, very constructive. Starcevich. Kerrison unable to do a lot there. Now Rock, and out of play in the pocket. So the tactic for Kerrison will be to stay as close to the boundary line. You can see how heavily bandaged his right thigh is, to try and just take a North Melbourne player away from the ball. Manson. Buckley left it for Scholl. Francis's tackle looked pretty good, and he's gone for holding the ball. Well, the tackle was fair. You just got to decide whether Scholl had any chance to get rid of it.
Yes, I think it might have been a bit tough. In fact, my first thoughts were that the tackle was in fact a little bit high.
Oh, I'm with you, too.
But the umpire didn't read it that way, and now Francis will line up for almost a give-me goal.
It's kick 1, and this one from 40 metres out, drop punt straight through, and it's a pretty big lead now. Collingwood have stretched this suddenly out to 10-10 to 5-7.
And you hope that this game doesn't evolve into a procession of goals for Collingwood. North Melbourne really need to put the brakes on now, win this ball from the centre bounce, push it forward and score. But I'm still trying to work out where Wayne Carey is playing. He's lining up on the wing here, and it appears that him and Christian might be a wingman at the moment.
John Russo recommences play, and Ischenko gets another tap out from the centre, but Dacos pinches it, kicks it to centre half forward. Big punch by Brayshaw, could have nearly marked it. Francis going to get run down, pulled off the football. Umpire Russo allows play to go on. Stevens from half back. Kicks it wide for North Melbourne, out in front of Crocker and Krasiska. Bounces a little awkward for those players, and they allow it to go over for a boundary throw-in. The RT Rush stand in the background, honouring a lot of the Collingwood champions of the past. Their names listed on the bottom of the overhanging covering out there. Ischenko tries to tap it on. Krasiska, kick off the ground by Schwass. Rebounds. Wayne Schwass is still in the action, but Tony Shaw comes away with the footy. The kick is smothered. Dacos swoops on it. Lovely hand pass. Francis, no. What was that, a throw, he says. Gee, it looked pretty good. It was quick.
Yes,
maybe an open hand, Tim?
Yes, a bit of an open hand and perhaps too quick, Robbo.
Well, we did read an article in the paper today in the Melbourne Press of Andrew Jarman suggesting that players can get the ball quickly onto their hand, but umpire there deeming it was a throw. That ball is forced out. Darren Crocker there indicating that maybe a free kick is being paid. It's going to North Melbourne to be taken by Crocker as Tony Shaw comes down into the forward line for Collingwood. Kick in towards half forward, and mark has been taken by Smith. He plays on quickly. Could have nearly steady. There's a chance for Wright in the back pocket. Wright's kick out towards the half-back flank area, and a great attempt to get the ground was Russell. Took the mark, handballed it in towards Gafer. They're running from the back line again, Collingwood. Christian up near the centre. Very ordinary kick. Morwood drops it. North Melbourne may turn it around. Brayshaw's handball into the centre. McCarthy, too fierce for Stevens. McCarthy again. Stevens has a chance. Just gets his foot to the ball. Not far enough. Brown chops it off. Gives it to Morwood. Morwood in the centre. The pass. Martin chops it off and marks it half-back for North Melbourne.
Goes for Fairley with a wobbly one. Manson to put the pressure on. Worries him out of it. McEwen and Watson. McEwen off the ground. Martin to get back for North and go towards the boundary line and finally get a free kick. Well, Tim, you mentioned a lot of skill mistakes in that last passage of play, 4 or 5 errors without a lot of pressure.
Yes, there doesn't appear to be any breeze or any wind of any kind out there which would be affecting the play, and there has been a tremendous amount of skill errors out there today.
Martin's kick, free kick shall go to Scholl against Manson. So it'll come back. North Melbourne led 4-1 early in this match, or 3-1, I should say, and since then Collingwood's kicked 9 of the last 11 goals. And they've only got 17 fit players, with Kerrison virtually taking no part. A kick by Scholl. Christian in the box seat in the front. Monkhorst, who's been very good. Christian, who's been excellent. Russell, who's been outstanding. Starcevic. Well, that was ambitious, but it's come off. They're playing with terrific confidence. McGuan. Francis. Unable to get the ball away. Stevens. The short tackle all right. Collingwood a little overdoing it. Overcooked it for the moment. Buckley took it from Smith. Squares it for Longmire. One of his very few touches. Took a long time to get rid of it. Gafer sits, waits, gives it across to Russell. Look for Dacos, decided to go to right, gets a paddock. Loves this scenario, doesn't he? Away for a second time, a third. Then steadies, goes to centre half forward. Manson with a fly. Well read off the back, Brayshaw, and he kicks it to Carey.
Played well, Brayshaw, back there, nearly a lone hand. Carey, you must have known someone was going to come from there. Schwass, Martin. The kick is not all that brilliant. Francis punches it away, goes after it again. Good recovery by the Collingwood Rover. The kick towards the forward pocket area. Watson, unselfishly. Christian running from centre half back. Short pass, no mark taken. Gatherers by Manson. Kerrison under enormous trouble there. Kick off the ground. Gather by Morwood's a goal. What a great effort by Shane Morwood.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1992 AFL Premiership season.